Some vendors will say more power, same reliability. That sounds great, but today I'll test those claims and see if these tuners have proof that they promise. Hi there, I'm Jeff. I'm the author of the My Golf Mk7 blog and also a test and evaluation engineer. I like to review car modifications for everyday drivers, and I asked 3 tuning companies for evidence behind their claims regarding power and reliability. And in this video, I'll tell you what I found out and what you should know when you're considering purchasing one of these products. Each of these vendors presents advertising claiming that they increase power while maintaining reliability of your engine. Each of these companies is doing business in the United States, where advertising claims are regulated by the Federal Trade Commission, who provides guidelines for truth in advertising. In this particular case, claims that are objective need to be substantiated before you start selling your product, and they need to be supported by competent and reliable scientific evidence. So, under the FTC rules, objective reliability type claims require real evidence, not just a happy customer and not just a dyno chart. I reached out to each of these 3 companies, Equilibrium Tuning, Integrated Engineering, and 034 Motorsports, asking them for information concerning the test procedures that they use, any raw data, sample sizes, how they went about their testing, and any independent lab reports related to the claims that they were making. The results of my inquiry with each of these companies is as follows. 034 Motorsports has an automated response system that answered asking if I wanted to have my requests forwarded on to one of their specialists who could answer the question. I responded in the affirmative asking for that, and I never heard back from the company after that. Equilibrium Tuning, I got no response of any sort. And Integrated Engineering did give me a response back, a fairly detailed description of the steps that they go through and the processes that they have for trying to ensure that the software is reliable. This was a good explanation of high-level efforts to achieve reliability, but it didn't address the issue of evidence showing that you actually accomplish having reliability. Notably, each one of these companies will present power information on their websites. That is a dyno chart with a description of the vehicle, the stage of the software, a depiction of the engine speed range, and the power and the torque made by their product, as well as a comparison with the stock vehicle. This is the objective type of information that's helpful for a consumer to make a decision. None of the companies have similar information, though, in terms of showing reliability for their products. So red flags to be looking for. Clearly, the fact that there is no evidence on their website to support these claims is a red flag. My inquiry with each of them asking specific questions for information about this and either being given an explanation that doesn't answer or outright ignoring the request are also red flags that the companies likely don't have the information necessary to substantiate their claims. What you will probably see is an advertisement like this one that just came up, where you see the vendor claiming to have proven performance, and yet there is no proof provided. Then they cite a testimonial from a consumer who's very unlikely to have been able to determine any of this in any rigorous manner, and telling consumers that it is a safe tune, which they're certainly unable to actually determine whether it is safe or not. With a lack of evidence having been provided, it's important to apply logic and look for red flags. Each one of these companies will provide a dyno chart showing a comparison of their product against the baseline stock GTI, and it illustrate how the power and torque is increased. That's the power part of their claim. The reliability part, there's nothing on their websites. That is a red flag that they cannot substantiate the reliability claims. The second thing that we've discussed here is my reaching out and asking for some substantiation, which is something that the Federal Trade Commission requires these companies to have, and 2 of the companies not even responding, And the third one, explaining what they do to try to ensure safety and reliability, but not providing the evidence that would support that type of a claim. Another consideration is, on their websites, what do they say about their warranty for these products? They're claiming they're safe, they maintain reliability. Are they backing up what they're saying with a warranty? On none of their pages could I find a warranty for these products. So if they are really as safe and reliable as they're claiming, why aren't they standing behind them? If a vendor won't show the proof, then the claim needs to be taken as unverified marketing, and don't unnecessarily risk your engine on a claim that a company's unwilling to back up. If you found this information useful or would like to look at some of the content in web format, at mygolfmark7.com I've also made a post which is linked below covering this information. And until the next video, drive safe, and when it comes to performance parts, always ask for the proof.